initiatives conducted by the Manpower Department.
Lisa. So I'll share a bit the initiative that we already laid out in the strategic plan, in our JTM strategic plan. Okay. Next. So there are 7 focus areas in our strategic plan, namely the skilled workers, the technology development, services, digitalization, instructor expertise, strategic collaborations, and internationalization. Equipment and infra, digital platform for the LMS and also the campus management system, and also subject matter experts. Okay, next. Next. Sampai next slide. Okay. So in terms of train the skilled workers in producing the skilled workforce, we have 2 groups of people. The first one will be the school leavers, and we target on producing about 30,000 school leavers, and we engage them with the professional certification, with the knowledge sharing by the industry, as well as we engage them. We make them to produce to develop the IR4 related projects, especially the diploma and also advanced diploma students. For the existing workforce, we target around 150 workforce that we train through our interactive and flexible training courses via online. Also start to offer courses online. We also have technology updates sharing with the industry workers. And also we have new modules integrating the IR4. Okay, next. So in terms of the delivery system, the operations that we have at JTM, we focus on the capacity building for the instructors through various activities. In terms of machines, we have developed our own biometric attendance system called eJAMS. We also continuously upgrade the equipment and the equipments that we have. We start to develop digital learning materials and interactive modules. We have courses in multimedia, for example, that focus on this. And in terms of processes, we start to offer online courses. We have flexible program. We also assigned few institutes to develop and to explore the imaging technology, just as mentioned by Mr. Shakib just now, Kuala Langat for cybersecurity, Tech Melaka for 5G, Tech Shah Alam for immersive technology, so on and so forth. Okay, and then for the environment, the whole environment, we also have the JTM integrated management system. This is a combination of the learning management system and the campus management system. And also we start to upgrade our infrastructure, especially on the network. So this is the overall of the digital transformation platform that we have on the GIMS. Previously, it was known as TMS 1.0. The equipment is already obsolete, a limited capital expand. And with the new TMS 2.0, or currently known as GIMS, we include the college management system with the learning materials, learning management system. We also integrate internal applications and also system. We have few internal systems, and we also prepare to integrate with other systems, for example, with JPK, the MySpikes, and also with the DOSM to contribute with the labor LMIP. Okay, next. And this is the instructor competency level currently. We use the TIPS data, and based on this data, we target to have at least 70% of our students a competent instructor, and we would like to reduce the number of incompetent instructor. So based on this data, we go in depth. Next. We found out that the management skills are okay, the pedagogical aspect also okay, but the vocational knowledge skills are still under 70%, which is only now currently 65.6%. So that is where we target, and we would like to boost with the digital competency to our instructors so that they be able to perform better. Next. Okay. We also map our program to the national policies on digitalization. We have the industry forward. We have the national 4IR policy. We also have the My Digital, and each of them already lay out specific technology related to 4IR and digitalization, digital technology. And we map almost all except for the under My Digital, they include the biological technology, which JTM doesn't focus on. So the synthetic, the biology, and also the genetic is not included in our syllabus. But the rest we'll be able to explore and also develop in at least in the modules or in the subjects. Next. Okay. So the 8 technology that we already identified will be cybersecurity, drone technology, 5 technology, advanced manufacturing, nanotechnology, data science, augmented reality, and also virtual reality. Those in that font already approved with the equipment, so we can start exploring and also craft the curriculum for it. But we're still working on the nanotechnology and data science. So we do hope on support from the ministry to support us on this so that we'll be able to get the equipment and we'll be able to explore further. Okay, next. Okay, so these are the distribution where the technologies that we already assigned. So we have agriculture in Kanga and GTRA, for example. We have the transportation at Kuantan and also drone in Mersing. So we already assigned each institutes with specific technology and they will actually develop them. And we also, the way we disperse all this is to make sure that we do not have duplications of institute to do the same thing. So GTRA, for example, even though both GTRA and Kanga will do agriculture, but LP Kanga will more focus on automation, but LP GTRA will focus on the heavy vehicles related to agriculture. Okay, next. Okay, so that's all from me, an overview of the initiatives that we have in JTN. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Junaina. Please welcome Ms. Shaza On, Senior Program Officer, SFP, Malaysia ILO, to share with us a brief overview on the SFP project and the overall collaboration with MOHR on the digital talent roadmap.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, colleagues. I hope all of you can hear me. And then I'll just jump straight into the presentation for today in the interest of time. So this is a quick overview for the Skills for Prosperity program in Malaysia. Basically, our program objectives is to increase Malaysia's capacity for inclusive economic growth. And this is through the development of more future-ready TVET skills training, which is very relevant for today, as well as the promotion of equality and diversity within the system. And how does ILO do this? It is through a sector-based approach. Specifically within our project, we look at the construction sector as well as food processing sector and try to find a sectoral approach to meeting skills supply as well as skills demands. A bit about the program background. So we started in November 2019 and our project will end in March soon, 2023, with key partners, the Ministry of Human Resources, Ministry of Youth and Sports, as well as employers, organizations, and other social partners. Our beneficiaries for this project are youths aged between 16 to 25, as well as women. And then within the local context, it covers members of the B40, persons with disabilities, individuals not in employment, education, or training, and so on. And as I mentioned, the sectors are construction and manufacturing, specifically food processing.
This program is funded by the United Kingdom government as part of its official development assistance.
And a broader cooperation actually that the ILO has is through the Decent Work Country program in Malaysia from 2019 to 2015. So let's just give a quick overview on what the project is about and how it relates to the technical vocational education training system and skill system in Malaysia. As the goal is to develop an inclusive skills and economic development in Malaysia, our underlying strategy is to have underlying all of our work. We always have gender equality and social inclusion strategies and mainstreaming. So inclusion is kind of embedded throughout all of our activities. And then the key aspect of it is to put in the right kind of skills demand information as well as supply side information. And that is through platforms and systems such as supporting the labor market predictive analytics in Malaysia for future skills demand. Puan Junaina actually went at length at the integrated system for TVET data and information management. So that's the supply side information. And then this will contribute towards the idea of an integrated skills strategy, like where do we want to go in terms of skills? And that should be led by industry via an industry upgrading map with a sector skills strategy. And underlying that is a coordination body that kind of, in Malaysia, we have industry lead bodies, for example, and strengthening their role in terms of putting forward this integrated skills strategy. Then from a TVET and skills aspect, now that we've known where the direction is in terms of skills, we are looking into aspects such as the curriculum, how can we increase the capacity of institutions from an inclusion standpoint, accreditation, as well as developing new models or improved and enhanced models of training in apprenticeships, micro-credential training, and so forth. And with the idea that not only do we have this idea of what are the skills demands, but also what are the skills demanded in the future. And this is so relevant for today, which is STEM-related generic skills or skills for the future in IR 4.0 and the future economy. Other than that, in TVET, as we all know, it's very important to think about transitions to work. So the inputs here are thinking about career progression, a recognition of prior learning or RPEL in the context of MOHR, lifelong learning, as well as other forms of work-based learning. So here we want to, for today, we are really emphasizing on the skills for IR 4.0 and the future economy. So our project actually has three major pillars. And yes, just now my slides kind of showed you what are the key outputs, but these are some of the deeper activities that we are doing. So we are doing JESI mainstreaming activities with the Ministry of Human Resources. I think some of you have even applied for the JESI challenge call. So everyone is waiting for the next step, but I ask that for your patience. Okay, and then the next one is on the career progression maps, as well as activities. Covers pilot trainings in micro-credential, future readiness, inclusiveness, apprenticeships, as well as RPEL, as well as TVET skills network activities. And then for quality, we are looking into developing the capacity of officials in terms of future skills demands assessments, anticipating what are the future skills that are needed, a roadmap to implement the Labour Market Information Analytics Platform, which is part of the 12th Malaysia Plan, as well as the National Skills Registry, pilot training modules for STEM, integration into TVET and skills, a lifelong learning study to update the current policy. As you all know, there's going to be a new blueprint in lifelong learning. And then the collaboration with MOHR for this particular activity is digital skills development for trainers and trainees under the roadmap. Under the area of relevance, it is focused on developing demand-driven skills, meaning by industry as well as recognition. We are developing a joint publication on industrial sectoral analysis, a sort of deep dive into the two sectors of construction and food processing, looking into what sorts of institutional arrangements can be strengthened in Malaysia to have a better coordination mechanism between industry and government, for example. And then the development of all of these employers' organizations to sort of push forward this idea of a sector skill strategy, which includes industry-led training modalities. And these are the areas of collaboration with the Ministry of Human Resources. As you can see, most of the activities we are collaborating with the Ministry of Human Resources on. So just to quickly say that when it comes to digital skills development, it cuts across several areas. So even within our project, you can see that it cuts into sector skills strategies, the National Skills Registry, STEM, and even pilot training modules that we are going into, such as Future Readiness module in Sabah, where they are integrating low-cost IR 4.0 technologies. But essentially, digital skills underlie a lot of our project activities. And what we would like to do is to work together with MOHR to address some of the common challenges for digital talent development. These are problems or challenges that we must face either from the skills supply side or demand side. And that includes, the need to have upgraded training programs, given the dynamism of the skills changes with the digital world. So we need to think about capacity development for trainers, improving perceptions on TVETs, and then motivating students to go into high-tech TVET, industry engagement, and of course, a big point that Mr. Shakib has brought up is this idea of a digital divide in Malaysia for gender equality and social inclusion. So just to quickly wrap up, I will just say here that these are some of the cooperations that we're working with Ministry of Human Resources on. One is the technical support for the digital development roadmap. Today, we're having the knowledge sharing on the European Digital Competency Framework. So it's really wonderful to see everyone here today. And then capacity building for officers. So we are sending a few MOHR officers for training based on mutually agreed upon courses. And we also will do more sharings. Happy to see some colleagues from JICA as well we will be having a workshop on learning industry's practices and skills needs, as well as a showcase of leading cases for digital skills development. And finally, capacity building of CES officers for industry partnership. So with that, I would like to thank you. And for any questions, please feel free to drop us a note. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Shamsa.